Welcome to Flight Critical. Today we are going to talk about Adam Air Flight 574. This accident is well known for bringing out the safety issues in the Indonesian aviation. Let's dig deeper to know what happened. Adam Air Flight 574 was a scheduled passenger flight between the Indonesian cities of Surabaya and Manado. On 1st of January 2007, this flight was operated using a Boeing 737-400 with registration PK-KKW, which was manufactured in 1989. Before entering into service with Adam Air, the aircraft had been leased to 7 other airlines. There were a total of 102 people on board, 96 passengers and 6 crew members, including both pilots. It was supposed to be a 2-hour flight scheduled to arrive at Manado at 1600 local time. The weather in the region on 1st of January was stormy. The weather reports indicated that the cloud thickness was up to 30,000 feet in height and wind speed was at an average of 30 knots. Flight 574 took off from Luanda Airport at around 1300 local time or 600 UTC. Most of the passengers on the flight were Indonesian citizens with the exception of 4 foreign nationals. As mentioned earlier, Flight 574 was supposed to reach Manado at 1600 local time. Everything was as usual until 1500 local time when the plane vanished from air traffic control radar screens at Makassar, South Sulawesi. No distress signal was sent by the aircraft. None of the 102 people on board survived in the crash. The last known position of the aircraft was 118 degrees 13 minutes east and 03 degrees 55 minutes south at flight level 350 or 35,000 feet at 6:58 UTC. The wreckage was not found immediately. According to the Wikipedia article on the crash, as of 29th of January 2007, 206 objects were recovered from the sea, of which 194 were definitely from the Boeing 737. The FDR and the CVR were located 42 nautical miles off the coast of West Sulawesi. Both recorders were located at a depth of about 2000 meters. The distance between both recorders was about 1.4 kilometers. The aircraft had disintegrated and was destroyed when it impacted the water at high speed at a steep angle. During the last days of January, a dispute arose between Adam Air and the Indonesian government for the retrieval of the black boxes. Adam Air was of the view that the black boxes should be recovered, but it was not willing to pay for its recovery, stating that it was the responsibility of the government. Adam Air finally budged under pressure and signed a contract with Phoenix International for the recovery of the black boxes. The FDR and the CVR were finally recovered on 27th of August and 28th of August 2007 respectively. Investigators knew that the weather at the time of the crash was very bad. There was no distress signal from the pilots, suggesting that whatever happened very quickly. As the plane was cruising at 35,000 feet, the pilots were preoccupied with the troubleshooting of the inertial reference systems or the IRS. The pilots selected ATT or attitude mode in the IRS mode selector unit. When ATT was selected, the autopilot disengaged. The ground proximity warning system or the GPWS provides bank angle alert. The GPWS receives IRU attitude data from only the left IRU. During the flight, the CVR recorded bank angle alerts when the aircraft attitude was about 35 degrees right wing down. This is an indication that the left IRU was operational and providing attitude data to the GPWS. During the flight, the autopilot was holding some left wheel to keep wings at level. As the autopilot had disengaged, the wheel returned to the center. This resulted in a slow right roll of approximately 1 degree per second. The CVR revealed that the pilots were so engrossed with the IRS that they paid minimal attention to other flight parameters. The pilot did not begin to recover the roll attitude until the aircraft had reached the bank angle of 100 degrees with the pitch attitude approaching 60 degrees nose down. Even after noticing the problem, the pilots did not follow the proper recovery procedures. They tried to pull back the control column, but the Boeing upset recovery procedure requires the pilots to roll the wings to level first before applying nose-up elevation. During the latter stages of the flight, the aircraft reached a speed of 490 knots, well above the aircraft's maximum operating speed of 400 knots. The last recorded altitude of the flight was about 9,000 feet. During the course of the investigation found out that the specific aircraft involved in the crash was subject to a large number of maintenance discrepancies. This led to an increased scrutiny on the airline itself. Adam Air's safety record had been heavily criticized at the time. There were already many concerns regarding the airline. There were many reports of planes and pilots being made to fly in unfit and unfavorable conditions. Although Adam Air denied all of these allegations, the crash of Adam Air Flight 574 and the subsequent accident of Flight 172 acted as the final nails in the coffin for the airline. On 18th of June 2008, the Indonesian government revoked Adam Air's operator certificate and the airline ceased its operations. My thoughts and prayers go to all the passengers and crew members who lost their lives in this tragic crash.